Okay, mind the interruption, the garage door started opening. That's totally fine, though. Wasn't in the middle of a voiceover. It's not my fault. Okay? And I'm not going to do anything about it because it is a garage door. It'll be fine. But as I was saying, we did a light wood, like, kind of exterior, along with the black touches on the roof that I think is entirely black. And then also I put, like, shutters, but they're the blinds. I did that trick again. I don't know what color I went with. They're green currently. I don't know if they stayed that way. This is what happens when I record builds late at night. I don't remember what happens at all. Could not tell you at all. But I think they may stay green. If not, they are brown. Maybe. We'll see. They may be white too. But you can see that I went with a light wood, which I don't usually use, and I did like it. But then on the inside of the windows are not the same color as the outside. Well, they kind of are, but the lighting of the inside makes the windows look like they're different, but they're not, so they don't match the door. So the window right next to the door, it looks really, really off from, like, the rest of it. It's funky. I don't know. Lighting is not my expertise, so I don't really know what's causing that. I also don't do video game lighting. Couldn't tell you in real life, couldn't tell you in a video game. But, you know, that's fine. It didn't bother me that badly, but when I was matching, like, trying to match, like, floorboards and, like all of that stuff to the inside from the outside, it did not work very well. It was like, no, I ain't matching. That's not my thing. We don't match, which, you know, most things don't match in this game, but, like, that's okay. You know, it gives character, something like that. I don't know. Also, I had a lot of difficulties with the floor plan of this. Not, like, as much difficulties as I've had in the past, but I did have some difficulties because it was, like, oddly shaped, and I also wanted to put platforms in there, but then it was like, no, we're too small for that, and so it just kind of just went flat, which is fine. And so, you know, it made it in the end, but it was just not exactly what I was gonna go for. But, you know, that's fine. The platforms I don't need to use in every single build that I do in Mount Komorebi. It's fine. Oh, you can see the windows right now, or right then, not now anymore, but, you know, that's okay. Also, last night while I was recording this, I was watching BuzzFeed Unsolved late at night, which I know I probably shouldn't do, but, like, my paranoia is bad enough, so, you know, it'll be okay probably. You know, I was watching it like 9, so it wasn't even that late at night, especially because I went to bed at, like, midnight, so, you know, it wasn't even that bad. But, you know, every, like, you know, a footstep is like, oh, there's a murderer in the house. But, you know, I happen to do that even when I'm not watching, you know, crime stuff, but, you know, it just doesn't help. It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't help. But, you know, that's fine. It was entertaining. You know, I think I watched the Jack the Ripper episode, which I have watched before. I just don't, you know, watch new ones because I've watched all of them already. You know, that's fine, whatever. I ran out of crime things to watch. I've watched, like, 4 crime-related YouTube channels. So, you know, you're gonna run out eventually, so I did that a bit ago, but that's fine. But, I guess we're gonna move on. Oh, well, I guess. We are going to move on because I am running out of things to say, and it is getting awkward at this point. So, today we are going to talk about, cheer competitions because, well, kind of. Not in the boring sense, unless I'm going to make it boring, which I'm very sorry about, but, I'm gonna try not to. But I realized when I was talking about, I think 2 videos ago, couldn't tell you. I don't even know what the build was at this point, but 2 builds ago, I think. I think. I talked about a competition very, very briefly when I was talking about a story about makeup. That one. If you watched my videos, you'll know that one. But if you haven't, it's not important in the slightest that you watch that. I was just mentioning it. But when I realized that I'm assuming most of my audience was not competitive cheerleaders. Just a very, you know, out there guess. Could be entirely wrong. May have my entire 64 subscribers, all of them are competitive cheerleaders, but, you know, I don't know. So we're just gonna go over a couple, like, short stories and also explain kind of that stuff because I think that would be kind of fun. It's a lot of things, and, you know, as my 6 years, I think I went through a lot of them, and so for me it's just like second nature to just, like, do all of that. But I understand that most people don't understand, like, any of that unless I also don't know. I've never been to any other sports kind of games, so I don't know if this is like similar for any other things. I don't know. I don't play like basketball, so I honestly don't know how it's like with outer state games and stuff like that. I don't know. We will see. But when you get to a competition, the line to check in for the parents is like so long at all times. It's really annoying, but like that's fine. I get to skip it obviously because I get in for in parentheses, well, not, what are the quotations? That's the thing. For free, because it's not actually free. It's actually much more expensive, but when you're at there, I get in for free. So that's what we all call it, like we get in for free, even though it was like, you know, $5,000 of, you know, practices and stuff kind of free, you know, that kind of stuff, sports, you know, but we just go in and we like just sit there mostly while they wait for it to get in, because we all don't get here at the same time, because, you know, that would take too much coordination and we don't have any of that. Yeah, you know, that makes sense. It's the same thing with the balance. Don't have that either. But we happen to be cheerleaders. It's kind of like that kind of thing, you know? You don't know. That's fine. Whatever. I've recorded too many voiceovers today. I'm losing my mind. That's fine. Or it's all fine. But then we sit there for like 2 hours. Too long. So much longer than necessary until we go... until it's our time to like go into the back to practice, and into the back, by back I mean maybe another room, maybe just a ginormous sheet that they have laid across the big auditorium that they call the back, because, you know, couldn't get another room. We just put a big sheet that promotes our stuff on it, and we'll count that as a divider kind of thing. It's really fun. But we go back there after we've been there literally all day, but we have to get into like uniforms, and competitive cheerleader uniforms are so annoying to get into. I don't know how to explain it to you. They're just really annoying, and they're very tight, so we had to get all that, and then hair and like makeup and stuff, which takes quite a while. The hair like takes forever because it's, you know, has to be like perfect, concrete, doesn't move ever kind of thing, because, you know, you're doing cheerleading stuff, so, you know, you can't have it move or you're gonna like die. May actually die, I don't know, there's a chance. But when you go back there, you just like, there's 3 mats and you have to warm up everything, and you can't really, you do your entire routine once when you get to the back, and that is all you have to practice, and then you are basically just shoved onto the mat to perform. It's really fun, but you get to practice tumbling and then stunts, which is, I guess, a majority of the things, but like that's not what counts, is like, because you have to be like sharp and stuff like that stuff. It's like the performance part is like the most like important part, but you get to practice the stuff that can actually like hurt you, which is good, because if you just like kind of like pulled out like some kind of like tumbling move and didn't practice at all, you're gonna hurt yourself. So it's good that they have us practice, but you get one practice, and it's like marking, which is like, how do I explain this? So you're like not actually doing it, but you're like doing the movements, but like not all of the way. I don't know how to explain things. It's just kind of like in my head. Is that what it is? That's just kind of how it is, kind of thing, which is hard to explain when I've done this since I was like 7, so I don't know how to explain things. This is not, I was not made to be a talking person. Yeah, it's very obvious at this point. But then when you get onto the mat, you're just kind of you just go, and it's so loud and it's so bright because all of the lights are on you and the music is right behind you. Like, if I had not gone deaf, like, I don't know how I didn't go deaf, like, because it's so loud. It is very, very loud. Like, it is blasting right behind you so that the entire, like, area can hear you, which is good. But also, it's, like, cannot hear my own brain think. You just kind of go on autopilot when you're performing kind of things, which is kind of good, because then you're not, like, phased by other things. Like, there are no other people in that auditorium when you're doing things. It's just kind of you, your team, and nothing else, like, matters, like, at all. And so it's very fun, I promise. It sounds very stressful, it is, but it is fun still, which happens with a lot of, like, kind of stuff like that. It's stressful, but it is still fun. And I was gonna tell another story, however, it's been 10 minutes, and so we're just gonna make another video out of that. Very sorry about that, but this voiceover has been chaotic enough, so I'm saving you the pain, okay? Tomorrow when I come back, I will talk more, and it won't be as painfully awkward, okay? But it is almost screenshots time. Subscribe if you did happen to like today's video or the build. But I post a new video every day of the week, so you can watch another video tomorrow. Bye!